Good morning, students. Today we will study about the remaining pins of 8085. In the previous lecture, we have studied about A8 to A15, that is address lines, signal S0, S1. S0, S1 means status signals, read and write pin, which is used to indicate the read and write operation, which are both active low pin, which means they activate on 0. And the next pin was IOM, 34 pin IOM. IOM means input output and memory, whether the operation is for input output devices or memory. So that was all about what we have studied in the last lecture. Today we will start with the remaining pins. So look at the pin number 35, ready pin. Ready pin. So what is ready? As the word is ready. Ready pin is used to tell the CPU that input output devices are ready to send the data. See, the speed of the CPU is very fast. CPU operates at a very fast rate, and the main task of the CPU is to perform processing. So whenever input output device need service of the CPU, what procedure used is they input output devices cause interrupt to the CPU when they need CPU, and when the interrupt occurs, the CPU has to stop its normal execution and CPU has to service the interrupt. That is, CPU has to fulfill the need of input output devices. That is, this is a normal process. But their 8085 has find a solution that there is no need that CPU always check that whether input output devices has to send the data or not. So this is actually a solution that what 8085 has provided through the ready pin. So ready pin is a type of pin whenever peripheral devices, so the definition of the ready pin is whenever peripheral devices means input output devices, whenever peripheral devices are ready to send the data, whenever peripheral devices are ready to send the data, they inform the CPU by turning the value of that pin to 1. So when the value of the ready pin is 1, it means input devices are ready to send the data. They need CPU. So at that time when the ready pin activates, only that time when the ready pin activates, CPU helps the input output devices to transfer the data or whatever they want. So I hope it is clear to you that ready pin is actually a signal to tell the CPU that input output devices are now ready. You have to provide service to input output devices. So it is a way through which input output devices tell the CPU that we require or they need CPU. So that is ready pin. I have written a definition. Yeah, this is ready pin. Ready pin is the 35th pin in the pin diagram, which maintains synchronization between the processor and the peripherals. Processor means CPU, which is used as to maintain a synchronize, or it is used to synchronize processor, CPU and input output devices, processor and peripherals. So it is clear that a microprocessor has a much faster response than the peripherals. So students, as I have told you, processor operates at a very high speed, whereas input output devices operates at a very slow speed. Even when we attach pen drive to the computer, it operates at a very slow speed as compared to the CPU. So how we can maintain the speed of the CPU and the peripheral? So it slows down the overall speed of the computer or the microprocessor. So the solution is the CPU has to provide service to the input output devices only whenever they require, and whenever they require service they have to activate ready pin. So ready pin is a type of signal. So this pin is enabled. Enabled means this pin activates when the processor as well as the peripheral devices are ready to begin the operation. So ready pin activates when the input output devices are ready to send or to receive the data. So when the ready pin is disabled, disable means 0. If the value at the ready pin is 0, it means input output devices do not need CPU. At that time CPU do not provide any service to any input output devices. So if the ready pin activates only at that time CPU provides service to input output devices, and if the ready pin deactivates or if the value of the ready pin is 0, deactivate means 0. So in that case the CPU will not provide any service to input output devices. So that is a ready pin. Next pin is pin number 36 is reset pin. Reset in. I have already told you reset in and reset out. Reset in is used to reset the program counter register, whereas reset out is used to reset all the input output devices. Now pin number 37. Pin number 37 is clock out. CLK out. Clock out. Clock out is a pin which is used to handle the internal clock of the microprocessor. Internal clock means I will give you one real life example. For example, in the 11th standard I told you that counters are used to count the number of operations. So similarly in microprocessor clock is used to calculate the time or to calculate the number of operations. So clock pin number 37, clock pin is used to provide internal clock, or you can also say that clock pin act as an internal clock of the microprocessor. It is used to calculate the time required to perform the operations, or how many steps are involved in any of the operation. So the time is calculated by this pin, that is clock pin. So students, there is a difference between X1, X2 and clock pin. Pin number 1 and 2 is X1, X2. X1, X2 pins are basically these are oscillators, crystal oscillators, which are used to synchronize with the internal clock of the 8085. So the internal clock of the 8085 is handled by CLK pin, that is pin number 37. So I hope that you are able to understand the difference, that pin number X1 and X2, these pins are used to provide synchronization. So that's why in that we use crystal and oscillator to provide synchronization with what? Synchronization with the internal clock of the 8085, whereas the internal clock of the 8085 is pin number 37. So I hope it is clear to all of you that what is X1, X2 and CLK pin. So these are clock pin is different from X1, X2. Next is look at pin number 40, VCC pin. VCC pin is used to provide voltage to 8085. Voltage means at what voltage 8085 microprocessor operates. So this is a very common question of exam, that what is VCC or at what voltage 8085 operates. So VCC pin is used to provide voltage to 8085, and 8085 operates at positive 5 volt plus 5 volt. 8085 always operate at positive 5 volt. See students, don't get confused with the VSS pin and VCC pin. VCC pin is used to provide voltage, whereas VSS pin, pin number 20, VSS pin is used for grounding purpose. So I have written in the slide that VCC and VSS pin. VCC pin is pin number 40, which is used to provide power supply, and the power supply is plus 5 volt. 8085 always operate at positive 5 volt, and whereas VSS pin is ground pin. It is this pin shows the grounded connection of the microprocessor. So I hope it is clear to you that what are the main task of every pin and what is the difference between the pin. So that was all about VSS and VCC. So students, that was all for today. Tomorrow I will discuss the remaining pins, hold and HLDA, pin number 38 and 39, hold and HLDA. This again is a very important pin of 8085 and very important question of exam. And after that, pin number 32. Pin number 32, here it is written VPP, but this pin is ALE. So you can make change at pin number 32. Pin number 32 is ALE, because nowadays 8085 microprocessor have ALE pin at pin number 32. So tomorrow we will start with hold, HLDA and ALE pin. And students, look at the right hand side, pin number 40 VCC, which is used to provide the voltage. Pin number 37 clock. Clock pin is used to provide internal clock to the microprocessor, which is used to calculate the time of every operation and the, you can say, number of steps involved in every operation. So basically clock is used to calculate the time. Next is reset int, which is used to reset the value of the program counter. Ready pin. Ready pin, if the ready pin activates, it tells the CPU that peripheral devices are ready to send the data. And if the ready pin is disabled or deactivates, it means peripheral devices are not ready to send the data and they do not require CPU. IO slash M bar. IO is input output and M bar is means memory, whether the operation is for input output devices or memory. If the value is 1, it means it is for input output, and if the value is 0, because there is a bar on the M, so if the value is 0, it means the operation is for memory, that where we have to write the data, or from where we have to read the data. And S1, S0 are the status signals which tells whether the operation is for input output devices or for memory. Read write pins tells whether the operation is for reading the data or writing the data. Whereas A8 to A15 are the address lines. Address lines means these are exclusively used to transfer the address bits, and it is used to carry the most significant bits of the address. Whereas AD0 to AD7, AD0 to AD7 are time multiplexed address data bus. Time multiplexed address data bus means it is used to carry both addresses as well as data. And address bus AD0 to AD7 address bus is used to carry low significant bits of the address, whereas VSS pin number 20 is used for grounding purpose. and pin number 1 to x1 x2. These pins are used to provide synchronization with the clock of the 8085. Reset out pin is used to reset all the input output devices. Serial input and serial output data is used to provide input and output in serial form, whereas trap, RST, INTR, INTA, these all are interrupt related pins. So students, I have explained all the pins in a very detailed form because this is very important question of exam. They can ask you any of the pin, and they can also ask combination of pins, that AD0 to AD7, A8 to A15, S0, S1, IO slash M bar. So you must know all the pins in detail. So that's all for today. Tomorrow I will explain you hold, HLDA and ALA pin.